alien lovers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. It's Quern time. It's Saturday, May, what do I want to say? August. Saturday, May 25th, 2024, and it is indeed time for Quern, Undying Thoughts. There's an implied colon. Video games are kind of weird about this sort of thing these days, where, like, they love to have subtitles, partially for, like, trademark and copyright reasons, I think. But at the same time, and they don't actually like to put colons or other, like, logical subdivisions to let you know that there's a subtitle. But there's an implied one in Quern Undying Thoughts. So I'll catch you up to speed as quick as I can. Broadly speaking, the game Quern is the story of you, the protagonist, fitting whatever description you please, has been brought to this alien world of Quern in a fictional universe wherein traveling between dimensions is relatively commonplace. However, Quern is, like, rare and isolated among those worlds. It has an unusual property where, like, time doesn't pass here, or maybe, like, it is removed from time. That's become a little unclear based on some new information from last week. But, like, we were brought here under some kind of pretense. It doesn't seem like it was our intention to come here and study Quern or whatever, but we came here, and then we keep finding these letters from Quern McScience, the mad science doctor, and he basically keeps writing these, like, journal entries that are like, oh my god, Quern is, like, so cool. I'm pretty sure I'm getting close to finding a way to harness its power for evil. Would you come help me? It's a lot more subtextual than that, but that's how basically all of the letters read to me, to be honest with you. And so it's been, like, a series of puzzles trying to, like, learn some of the, like, rules of Quern, you know, that led us through a series of hoops through which we have jumped and otherwise navigated to reach the central tower of the area we came to. And the non-subtextual components of those letters are basically like, I do need you to solve all these puzzles so that you can find me, and then together we can do some sort of important science thing. So we solved a series of puzzles that led us to access a central tower that then led us to the underground portion of the island which we had previously been exploring. And that's where we started last week. We explored the caves. We ran into Sharon Man, the guardian spirit of Quernalok. I don't remember. They named, like, 3 guardians who, like, came to Quern to, like, learn how to, like, ascend and become powerful to protect their people from, like, shadow denizens or something. She named all of the 3 righteous Triforce people, and I don't remember if she actually indicated which one she was. Maybe not. Either way, I don't remember what her name is. I'm pretty sure she did say that at some point. But, like, she's, like, a glowing spirit. She, like, became sort of a powerful wizard or something, almost, was the description. But then, like, when she and her friends were, like, revered as gods, it sort of, like, tore her world apart, and she, like, came back to Quern trying to, like, prevent that from happening again, and or possibly, like, figure out how to fix what went wrong there with her own people. That seemed like a back burner thing, though, to me. But so, like, you know, she had a little show and tell where she showed us some cool glowing presentations of how cool she was. And there were several puzzles. There was, like, a transportation beam puzzle with some critical subtext I missed that... I'm gonna be honest, I'm still gonna defend myself a little bit on this one. There were, like, 2 projectors, and, like, one of them was, like, pointed to the place we were trying to go, and, like, one of them had, like, a rope in front of it, and, like, the one we were trying to use had, like, a gong hanging from a rope, like, off a pipe. But, like, I gotta be honest with you, I don't feel like I need to solve that puzzle so much as I just, like, pull that rope off that pipe. Oh my god, the audio cable is going to make me commit crimes. I'm so annoyed about it. Just work, just function. Oh, great. Now, okay, now it's, like, broken again. Give me a minute. Give me a second. I could, like, loudly try to finish my recap, but, like, I need this to work. I have enough problems with Quern. If there's audio clues and the audio cuts out, it's gonna be, like, a huge disaster. Like, the puzzles are barely solvable when you have everything. The game doesn't even like to give you all of the clues. It just likes spite. become one with my router that weighs the audio cable into the position that lets it make noise. Good grief. Oh my god, and I sat down and it stopped working again. Dude? 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 Hey, dude, where's my car? Dude? Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate this thing so much. I wish that, like, Bluetooth technology, like, actually worked and was good. Just stay and work. I feel like this isn't asking very much. It's literally the thing you were created to do. I'm not getting fancy over here. Quern. It'd be like that sometimes. Anyway, we spent like a lot of time having to like transport back and forth and adjust the pads through which beams were going so we could transport back and forth some more. It was fairly tedious. Eventually it led us to this like bizarre cavern where there was like a secret but essential staircase to like solving this puzzle that they like hid in complete darkness because clearly the one skill that Professor Quern on the island of Quern in the world of Quern didn't study at all in his like infinite amount of time in the timeless world of Quern was lighting design. Because my god, there are so many like elements. There's like straight up puzzle elements, but also just like navigational things that are obscured in complete darkness on the regular. It's like super annoying. But like, yeah, so there was like a secret staircase. There was a bizarre computer console where the buttons were where the screen should go, and where the keyboard goes, there was like an output that didn't make any sense. And then like anytime you adjusted one thing, like all sorts of things were affected by it. It's like really, really difficult to wrap your head around, especially at like 10:30 p.m. on a Saturday. It's been a long month, I gotta tell you. But the crux of all this is the puzzles continue to remain at a flat level of difficulty, and just to prove the point that we're quirting at maximum velocity, when we completed that puzzle, that I could go on about how annoying it was, that last one with the reverse computer screen, it led us to a combination in one of the dumbest ways I can imagine. It led us to like a combination that we had to like put into like a rotary dial but also digital input, and when we opened that door it led us like right back to where we first entered the underground area. So like one of Quern's favorite tricks is to finally let you complete a puzzle that took like a gigabillion years, and then like basically nothing happens. We did get like a new, I don't even know how to describe them. It's sort of like a maze, like a metallic maze component that we're clearly the next step is to put that in this weird projector thing that like opens pathways, even though there doesn't appear to be another pathway for it to open. Presumably our expectations will be subverted and something cool will happen. I don't know. If I sound a little disillusioned, it's because I've been playing Quern, and it is a game that like violently hates you for trying to solve its puzzles. Oh my god, the audio cable. Let's continue to play. Oh, I gotta turn the controller back on. Cool. Let us continue to play Quern. Just think how dramatic that would have been if I nailed it the first time. It's okay, it's Saturday, and, like, no one's watching. Like, half the viewer base, I think, is over at the Haggis's wedding. Something like that. I have no idea. I do know it's a busy May. I do know that for sure. Also, I'm not entirely sure if the regulars are big on Quern. It may be because of all the rage that I experienced while trying to play Quern. It's such an interesting game in a lot of ways, and like visually it like really nails like 3D Myst in a way that real Myst absolutely didn't, and yet filled with rage. So just to sort of touch on that recap a little bit, when we came in here we did learn the secret of you can use the power of white crystals to do the things that all crystals can do, and maybe that's how we restart the Stargate that brought us here or whatever. This is the, like, almost pitch dark staircase. It actually reads better on the monitor than it does on my extremely expensive TV. That was a gift and not a humble brag. And, like, here's the thing where, like, this is where the screen on your computer goes, and these are the buttons, and the readout, which has evidently reset because I loaded the game, goes where the keyboard goes. And I thought I was trying to figure out how to, like, change the numbers on the buttons, but apparently they're buttons where the screen goes. And yeah, that took us up to, like, the top. I'm not gonna bother going all the way up there. But, like, then we had to, like, basically, like, fix a slot machine and, like, pull the lever on it, like, 3 times, and then it gave us the combination to the store. So when I'm, like, dumbest way possible, like, yeah, non-deterministic gambling gets you the mandatory solution to advanced gameplay. Okay. So our inventory does contain, among other things, this pot that I hate, and this thing. This is the weird metallic maze component. I don't know what to call this thing. I'm sure it looks like something, but it doesn't look like anything to me. And that's not just because I'm a theme park robot. Although, I do think that factors heavily. I don't seem to be able to, like, crush myself under the elevator. Assuming it's actually making its way downtown, walking fast and homebound. Did we go? Oh, I guess we did go down. When I came here before, I was, like, expecting it to go back up, but it did go down. That sure took its sweet time, by the way. Yeah, it's, one of those, you know, those, like, kind of maze-like metallic constructions that serve a very specific purpose and are difficult to explain. It's one of those. But we have that. I'm concerned about that pot thing that I don't like. It was like a distractor from an earlier puzzle that was already gonna give me a hard time, and so I'm, like, mad at it forever out of spite. But, like, I'm concerned that, like, I still have it for some reason. So does this feel like the entire... Okay, it does. So now the whole thing is... Alright. We filled in the whole space, and now we step on this... Nope, okay, it's... It took a minute to rev up. I kind of thought it wanted me to step on it. Ugh. Oh, I'm going down is what's happening. It was disorienting for a moment. Oh, it's kind of like the tower we used to get here, except that it has tracks for the platform. It seems like the platform should have spun, but I feel like I would have vomited, so I'm glad it didn't do that. Oh, it's more stairs. Kind of looks like the platform turned into wings for the tower. Speaking of vomiting, navigating stairways in this... I mean, part of the problem here is that I have my cursor sensitivity on super low, which is good for most things, but makes these, like, spiral staircases, like, even worse to navigate, I think. Because it's, like, the opposite of a spot turn, which is, like, the thing you should do to not throw up while spinning. Alright, well, there's more elevators and more switches and widgets. Quern. Alright, this could be fun. Oh, I gotta turn this on. I hate this torch. So, I'm guessing that in some fashion, maybe it's just the shape of the crystals, but I was thinking the quantity of individual crystalline structures was somehow important to assigning numbers to these, but, like, there appear to technically be 2 ones. There's a skinny one, and then, like, a large one. There is something here, maybe? Oh, that noise isn't a coincidence. This thing's a speaker, huh? I beg your sorry? What? Oh god, it's more audio puzzles. Oh no. I mean, I assume this has something to do with these. Just based on proximity. I'm gonna go take a look around before committing to trying to do whatever this is. Let me bust out the horrible blue torch. Blue light is just so unpleasant to behold. Okay, there's something going on over here. Oh. This looks very, like, riven-y. I don't yet understand what this is, which is to be expected. Okay. Numbers and shapes. Always a good sign. Good start. Oh, this looks pick upable, but I don't think it is. I have a button for that. Interact? I can't sit in this little chair? God, is this another, like, not hidden passage? No, it's a hidden locked door. Alright, not a great start, I'm gonna say, in the sense that I do feel like I've maybe looked at everything and I'm not sure where to start. Hey, Cadius, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I should... Oh my god. Would it kill this man to invest in some light bulbs or something? Sketch this? Is that legible? Is the sketch legible? Good enough, I guess. I don't really know how this factors into the noise machine, really. I think I have to interpret the... Like, these are probably, like, the waveforms for little noises. And they're supposed to give me, like, a number lock. Like, this is, like, a full-on audio puzzle. That's disappointing to me. I have pretty good hearing, but, like, I just have, like, no aptitude for... like, interpreting sound. So 2 chunk, 1. This is distinct, right? Yeah. 2 chunk, 1, 3, 5. 2 chunk, 1, 3, 5. Let's debold these. One thing that kind of sucks as a streamer is, I was thinking about this, and I think this is part of why I got so frustrated with that puzzle with the reversed, like, screen keyboard layout thing. There were numerous things that were frustrating about that, but I got, like, big mad about it. I think a genuine element is, like, Quern feels like it should be a totally fun game to stream. Some of the puzzles are difficult and how do I put this? Like, non-environmental enough that, like, it just creates kind of like a not viewable experience without me, like, incorporating, like, a whole other thing where you can, like, see the notepad I'm working on. Which, like, I could technically do, but, like, is a lot of work for something that doesn't pay off very well. Oh my god, the audio cut out again. Oh, good. You're, like, super busted? Dude, you're killing me. Like, there's it's literally an audio puzzle. Could the... Oh, just need to work on this. Having a rough day, Alcadius? Doing a 3-day sale this week and next week on chicken tenders. Oh no, people go crazy for chicken tenders. People gotta be careful about that stuff. Don't they know? God, I need to have the earbuds in to know if it's working. I just always want to take them out if I'm, like, untethering myself from the computer. I'm begging you, Quern. Cut this out. You're so close. I think chicken is yummy. Fried chicken is even better. That's why it's bad for you. I still gotta invest some life in trying some of those, like, meat substitutes. I've done very few of them. I know they're, like, good for the environment, whatever, but, like, I only like stuff that's bad for me. So if we could just, like, make plant meat into, like, a healthy alternative that pretends to be the thing, that would be great for me. I don't know where I'm going with this. I think this is... Oh, Lord. I think this is 5? Because it's, like, little noise that, like, goes big. I don't really know how to notate this. I'm gonna put that as chunk 5 because the chunk crystal is 5. And then I just put them in the order of the other one. Hey, Neko! Welcome to the stream and thank you, Demolition, for the sub gift. We're on a 6-month stretch this time. It's very exciting. I hope your trip is going better than it sounded like it was last night in Discord. Maybe give some update there today, just expressing it for posterity. Wow, wow. What is that? What is that? I think that's 4? That's either 4 or 8. I think. Because it's 2 noises. No, it's probably 8. The end of the sound is more intense, right? Which means it should be peaking more. I think that's what that is. God, I hope 6 isn't one of them. I don't know what 6 means. So this is the 3 crystal. I believe the 3 crystal represents 8. You're welcome for what little I was able to contribute, Neko. I'm glad that the notion of the rideshare helped. What? What is this one? I mean, this is just a sick beat. Whom. Whum. I guess that's 4. Big noise that gets truncated, and it happens twice. I guess that's 4. And this is 2. So I think 2 crystal is 4. Man, I'm gonna be so pleased with myself if I'm actually doing this correctly. That's gotta be 6, right? Because that's nonsense. No, wait, that's 1. Probably? I feel like it has to be 1 just by nature of how many noises it's making. I guess I didn't really think through how to interpret 1 to begin with. And this is 5 crystal. Okay. Well, that's relatively easy, right? That's just 7? I think that's 7. Now there's some weird, like, vibration function on the PlayStation 5 controller in conjunction with, like, listening to these particular sounds. And it doesn't, like, seem to coincide directly with when the sounds are being made, so I don't really know what it means. So I arranged these in the order of this display, right? Is that correct? Yes, that appears to be correct. So if we interpret that as top to bottom, left to right, in sort of a natural sense, then we just apply the conversions we did to the noise sketch to these, which would mean the first one is crystal 2, and crystal 2 is 4, is like number shape 4. The second shape and sequence should be chunk, the big fat one. And that one should be noise shape 5. I mean, I think that's whatever. Oh, no, wait, hang on. These have symbols to them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks like that coincides with my understanding. Because these are kind of just like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, and come on, let's drive to the liquor store on the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't want them. No Lubega stands in the house, just me? Okay. So the third one in that sequence is single crystal, which is number shape 7. The fourth one is the 3 cluster, which is number shape 8. And the last one is 5 crystal cluster, which is number shape 1. And now we button. Sure feels to me like I would love to have more feedback than the first gate jostles, but you know, we're playing Quern. Alright, let's do them all again, I guess. So this is one sound, and it feels like it is going from, like, a high intensity to a low. So that feels like 7, and that's what I have for it. This one is weird, but I think we can safely, like, it kind of has to be 1, right? Just because, like, 1 appears to be the only thing on this list that indicates, like, 3 distinct sound profiles for 1 beat, or whatever this is. I feel like this is 1. The cluster of 5 is 1, which is also what we have there. I think this is 4. It's like a high intensity that peters off. Which one is this? This is the 3. No, this is 2. Yeah, that's what I have there. I think that's right. Feels like this is 2 notes going low intensity to high, which would be 8, which I think is what I have here for this. 3. Yeah. But this is... Oh, okay. I think, believe it or not, I think I might understand what I did wrong here. I did this one first, but it's like a weird shape, and I, like, ascribed it incorrectly without the context of thinking about the others. I think this is 2. Because it's... Wow. Like, there's actually, like... It doesn't truncate like the like 4 and 8 do. It, like, actually goes big and then tapers off again. So that's probably 2. So that's probably why the first gate jostled and did nothing. Because this is that. So change 5 to... No, wait a minute. This is chunk crystal. Okay. So chunk crystal is this one? Change this to... Chunk... Yeah, change... Making note of this in case this doesn't fix this. So chunk crystal is the second one. Change that from input 5 to number shape 2. Go again. Hey, we're doing Mystery Science Theater. And I had all the other ones correct. Eat crap. You're really gonna make me Lefty Lucy this sucker? But that was righty-tighty. We all know that's wrong. All of us who are very good at tools. Also, I apologize, I was deep in puzzle solving mode. I appreciated your comment, Alcadius. No fans, I bega to difference. Now, that's cool. Should I touch that with my bare hand? Does that mean that you actually appreciate the stylings of Lou Bega, or you just saw your opportunity there? Both are respectable answers. I'm just curious. I feel like I might be one of Lou Bega's all-time biggest fans, and not by virtue of being, in my opinion, like an especially big fan. I just feel like he may be somewhat underappreciated in his time. I did actually own his album, the one that Mambo Number 5 released from, and I'm not sure anyone else can say that on the face of the earth. I guess I should go in the poison door, since I'm not sure I have anything that lets me interact with these dangerous loose wires. Right, we're righty-tighty to open the vault doors. Wouldn't say you're a big fan, but you don't dislike him. That's fair. This room is cool. Definitely feels like we're getting close to Dr. Science. Because this is a very, like, elegant stuff. Dude figured out the science of crystals and then was like, you know what I should do? Make a movie theater. I'm finally starting to feel like I understand him. Oh, Lord. How to interpret this? Mulliforum. Sketch that sucker. Back to the notebook. Hey, I got a pretty good sketch of that. Sorry, Mulliforum. 6 minus 3 minus 2. The 2 is circled and indicates the letter U. I have a vague sense of what that could mean, but I don't really know what that means. I am proud of myself for immediately knowing that the correct crystal to put in here is blue, but for the sake of argument... I'm sorry, you're not going to give me this back? This is where this lives forever, and I should just accept that? That feels weird. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Don't really know what this means, to be honest with you. Not sure I have any context for this just yet. I like that this is probably like the lowest attendance I've had for any part of any Quern stream. And I just had the incredible accomplishment of like doing an audio puzzle almost entirely correct in one shot and then fixing it in one go. Like, pretty happy with that myself. I'm pretty bad at arts and crafts and the guitar, as we all know. So 3 somehow indicates the entire word of Mulliforum. Oh, no, hang on. Hold on. This is like biblical notation of sorts. So I don't know if the, like... 6-3-2. 6 equals paragraph? Question mark? 3 equals word in sentence. I guess it would be 3 would be like sentence maybe. Put both of those for now. Sentence paragraph, and then 2 is letter. Letter in word. Okay. Figured that out with like not 4 hours of gameplay. We're doing okay. We're early in the Quern stream, so we haven't reached peak suffering yet. I appreciate that, Neko. I'm proud of me. The music is nice here. Honestly, the music is nice for most of the game. The only problem is my audio cable makes it difficult to know that. Wait, did you also buy the Lou Bega CD? I thought when we listened to the Lou Bega CD in the car waiting for my brother to come back from, like, debate club, that we were listening to the CD that I had just recently got. I could be wrong about that. That was my recollection. Because I truly believe myself to be the only person who's ever owned a Lou Bega CD. I can't have the blue crystal back, I guess, until I solve the puzzle. And going by, again, that viral Wheel of Fortune clip from this week, I'm gonna guess the solution is right in the butt? Okay. These books seem interchangeable and not helpful. Black Snake by Wham Dus Kasapa. Very good. This feels like it is an unrelated puzzle or some endgame transcription from what we've come to understand. Oh, there's a letter. I wonder who it's from.
The point came where I slipped. The idea of eternal solitude tortured me beyond imagination.
You could have
It
left.
even overcame my sense of duty. It made me homesick. I felt like I was suffocating. I knew that I would have to find a way to escape, but before that, I needed to do something. I wanted to reveal Quern to all worlds.
That's
to
weird.
share this incredible power. At the beginning of your journey, I asked you to cooperate with me. This is the point where I require your assistance.
Oh?
Help me to give the worthy a chance and the opportunity to make a difference.
Now, I gotta be honest. I mean, we still don't exactly know what his plan here is. I don't think we've missed any letters. But I would not have guessed that his plan was to make Quern available for everyone. It felt more likely that his plan would be like, use Quern to achieve dominance, or make it the center of the universe and then dominate time, or some weird thing. Although I was not able to fix the ancient gateway, I managed to You know, this would be a perfect place to try using the, like, blue torch to reveal hidden text, but it's not currently available to me in a weird twist of fate. There's a button. And that button... oh, hang on, wait. What if I put my stupid hate jar on this platform? Quern! Ridiculous game Quern is. I am not getting the sense of what this button does other than, like, literally close the shutters to whatever that light source is. It's a good trophy. You like that trophy? Oh, I'll say this. I think I prefer that trophy to there being a greater significance to that stupid jar. I'm also glad to be rid of the jar. Yeah, this is a net win for sure for Vasco. Now, see, I feel like I've kind of deciphered the base of this puzzle, and yet, the only input available to me seems, like, completely unrelated to that. Which is disappointing. I mean, like, I guess I'm just supposed to, like... Alright, let me bring up the table again. I don't want to hear any questions about this table. Oh. I have a weird thought. So, like, it could be possible that these, like, book titles around the room actually, well, I don't know, I'm a little torn here. It feels like I'm gonna get querned in this room, by which I mean, specifically, I think there's two puzzles here, but neither of them that I can think of relate to this, whatever this output is. I want to say that I'm supposed to use the letters as part of the cipher here. I don't know if that's true. But, like, also, I think there are, like, 4 books with titles, which would explain why the typewriter seems to have space for 4 characters, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, hey, Demotion, welcome to the stream. Oneka says tomorrow you get to spend the day with Serpentine. That's exciting. I hope you have a great time, and that you've burned through all of your bad luck for, like, 10 years. Demotion saw the DeLorean today. Guy had the whole getup. Beard, jacket, visor. Impressive. Continue recently sent me a photo of think like a Ghostbusters car he saw on the road somewhere by where he lives. And then that sort of caused me to remember and remark upon the fact that I used to live in a neighborhood where someone would routinely just park reasonable facsimile of Scooby-Doo's Mystery Machine around until one day it didn't have tires anymore. I think someone stole the tires from the Mystery Machine, which is such an incredible bummer. So here's where we're at odds, right? Like, we have The Musings of an Evolved Simian by Jose Cardoso. God, that sounds like something from Delta Green. Welcome to the Garden. We Have Fun and Games by Lake Kubilius. We have Black Snake by Wamdus Kampasa. And then Lena Page Parsons, Never Too Late, which we know this one's just false from the outset because it's too late to apologize. Too late. Yeah, I figured we were losing that war. They rallied like super hard at the last minute. They did that eBay sniping thing I was worried about, but like we weren't close to stabilizing with the number of people like not paying attention on a Saturday. Demolition, you missed me put the vase down and get a trophy. It's like an actual thing that happened. It wasn't that long ago, but I just thought you might appreciate that. So my point being, we have these 4 books. We have these 4 this. Now, the concern I have is like, I got like 8 things. How do I figure out how to combine those? Or like, alternatively, I could try to apply these to the letters, but then this also feels weird. Like, why is there like 8 of them? Like, I'm missing something here. I'm like most of the way towards understanding this, but I'm still missing something. I don't like that Demolition, who's been looking at the walkthroughs for this game, says, "Oh, this," in all capital letters. Well, I have to say that my first impression is that this feels like it is a reasonable puzzle that won't make me extremely mad. It will probably make me a little mad, don't get me wrong. It's a rare Quern puzzle that doesn't make me a little mad. Still not sure what's with this butt note. Doing a pass on things I can interact with. Really unclear as to what this button does. Something about the shadows? Or the absence of shadows? Something about these shapes. It looks vaguely like the Super Smash Bros. Logo, to be honest. I guess like the top half of it. Never mind. Look, I'm grasping at straws here. At least it's a cozy puzzle with nice music. We've had worse, I think. I mean, as long as we're not dealing with upside down, backwards, invisible numbers and things of that nature, we've had worse. It is frustrating to me that I genuinely feel like I understand the cipher they've created, which is reasonably clever and interesting, and yet... Oh, it's the Latin! It's specifically the Latin! It's specifically the Latin. The Latin chosen specifically to kill Kuzco. That Latin. Alright, bring up the thing again. First Latin. 1233. 12 feels bad. Is it the page? Is that what the first number is? It could be. Let's go with that, because that feels like that's going to make more sense, even though, like, sentence or paragraph feels more reasonable. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beep. 4. Okay, 1233. Page 12, word 3, letter 3. S. 5, 3, that's got to be a 6. It kind of looks like a 0, but I think that's a 6. 5, 3, 6. 5. Word 3, letter 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A? Yeah, A. I'd like to solve the puzzle. Right in the butts. Nope, still not the answer? Darn. Alright. Page 1022. That would be E, Pat. Not a great start. Hang on, I had like a typographical error. The first one was 1233. I think that was S, but I'm going to double check that. I believe that to be true. Okay, 4 is 23-6. Uh, 20, word 3, letter 6. That would be C. Sayek. Nope, sounds like a curse. Cool. Now 732. Word 3, letter 2. U. 3, letter 2. Yeah. 15, 5, 3. Three, 4, 5. Letter 3 would be L. Saculus. Is that a new type of succulent cactus? 13, 1, 9. Team. Word 1, letter 9. Can you say grandest cunt on Twitch? Does that violate terms of service? 3, 6, 7, 8. Ugh. 1, 2, 3. It's the U, right? I think it is. Letters is hard, bro. And then the last one is 1922. The ballerina number. Word 2, letter 2. M. Saeculum. Okay. Not a promising start. C. Oh no. U. L. U. M. Okay. I think the orange button resets it. I'm a bit troubled by the fact it feels like there's space for another line here. It's never the way to back out of that, and it's always the thing that naturally feels like it's the way out of that. Alright, so now I understand how this translates to the diamond door. Headless stick figure at an angle. Well, we're already at an impasse. What? So we would need... I feel like I kind of understand what we're asking for. If I combined, like, this top shape and this one, I would get that first shape. Like the top left one. How's my day been? My day's been pretty good, excepting for the fact that, like, I've had this physical shoulder discomfort and the weird throat distress that I alluded to at the start of the stream. Got to have lunch with my mom, which is always good. There was, like, a super creeper landscaper guy, because, like, normally we, like, go to the Burger King from the start of Back to the Future, which is not important to the story, but is important to me spiritually. And we go to the drive-thru, get lunch, and then eat lunch in the parking lot so we don't interact with other people, which was largely a function of like getting together for COVID, but like also I don't feel like we're missing out on much by not being in the dining room of a Burger King. So we went there and we were parked in the parking lot, and like landscaper dude like came up and like tried to like intimidate my mom into like moving her car so that he could like leaf blow some like shredded plant garbage like away. But like he could do that anyway because he has a leaf blower, and the car wasn't like parked in a field. It was in a parking space adjacent to a small patch of grass. It was genuinely kind of insane. So like that was really dumb. But like not like a huge deal, just really obnoxious. So it's been mostly a good day. What a weird man. Yeah. He like took like a photo of her license plate and then like feigned going into like complain to the Burger King about it. It's like, dude, we like paid money to be here. Did you pay money to be here? Do you really want a cop to like harassing customers? I feel like they're not gonna look kindly on that. I feel like they're going to tell you to not do that. like what an insanely odd thing to do as seemingly an employee of this place. So I guess the thing I'm a little unclear about is like, I mean, I guess I could try pushing those two buttons. Oh, okay. Yeah, this'll work. It looks like I'm able to input them one at a time by probably pressing white diamond. I wasn't sure if, like, because it has only the one display there, I wasn't sure how that was gonna work. I think that was it liked that. The second one is sort of like paper butterfly wings. No, they're like the Bravo wings from Pokemon, kind of. So it's probably gonna be like this and something that does an angle. That'd be the correct angle? It would, but it would have a dongle bit that's not appropriate, which is often the case, actually. Would it be this? It might be this one. That wouldn't give me top line. What about this? This gives me top line and angle? I think that's correct. That's weird. It didn't, like, snap up to look at it the second time, as if it was wrong, but it lit up as if it was good. The third one is the Triforce with, like, Diary of a Wimpy Kid hair on top of it. I get that Triforce goodness in me. What's the orientation of the Triforce? So it's got, like, a diamond at the bottom with, like, angry-looking triangles on top of it. So I need to make diamond shape at the bottom, which seems difficult to do. I don't want like a line through it, so it's not this. I don't need like a line reaching all the way to the bottom on the right, so it's not this. Does it have something to do with this? This feels kind of promising. But then I would have a line at the bottom, which isn't correct. It's a reasonably tricky puzzle. So far, I actually like this room quite a lot, even including the stupid trophy with the pot. Nico says, I found out that my hostel is near Smash Steamed Ham. Is that a person? Is that a place? This got me one in Albany and I loved it. Cheddar cheese and mushrooms. This is some type of restaurant. I'm not familiar with this thing. I'm glad you're excited, though. I get excited about stuff like that. There's like a Dairy Queen in the basement of the hotel that my parents and I usually stay at when we vacation in Vegas. I'm always excited about that. Triforce. Triforce with stupid hair. Triforce with stupid hair. gotta be honest. None of this looks like it does the thing that I want. No, I'm interpreting this weird in my head. Hold on. I need like a down... I need to make like a downward pointing arrow. It really feels like that very bottom point of the diamond should be it. And it's not it. It is not it. How do you make this stupid shape? Because the other ones have been so angled, I keep picturing it in my head like super angled, but it's not. But like... So like I literally need... Probably this? Maybe I'm allowed more than 2 shapes, to be honest with you. I hadn't really considered that possibility until now. I think that may be necessary. There's like only 2 ways to get the slight upper line that I need for that top arrow. So I need like... Yeah, that one was important. Yeah, make 3 of them. Yeah. Babies everywhere. Alright. Be less hard and bad. Nope, that looks awful. Oh, my audio cable is so spiteful. It must love it here in Quern, the land of spite. Oh, Smash Burger. I've heard of Smash Burger, but I've never been there. Like, I understand the reference, but without having the context, that just made that really confusing to me. The Aurora Borealis, at this time of day, at this time of year, localized entirely in your kitchen? Can I see it? So I need like a big, weird upside down F, and then like the lens flare from the New Hope movie poster. Sort of. It's kind of not a lot of ways to do that F shape, huh? I don't need that, like, middle line, right? Huh. I mean, this looks like it's part of it. I need something like this. Do I need... I don't need bottom bit, though, right? That's, like, important to this, is not that. This could be it. I think this is part of it. But I need straight up. I think otherwise this is right, so I need straight up that doesn't create, like this. I think this is what I want. A little triangle in there and a big F and that thing. And that sort of goes off in every direction. I think this is correct. I got the audio cable. I'm gonna commit crimes. Made that slightly better. So I need an hourglass that has sand pouring in the bottom, but also has like a dongus. Okay. Feels like this is a big part of that. And probably like this? Yeah, that was easier than most of them, right? It's got the dongus. It's got big triangle on top and 2 small triangles. Cool. And this is the right number of things, right? I think we're on the right track here. Otherwise, we'll have a small meltdown. Don't worry about it. So I need one butterfly wing and then pew pew lasers. We're making like a butterfly wing into like a laser turret sort of thing. I think I can use the butterfly right wing. No, I can't, right? Because I don't need that bottom edge. So I have to do it the hard way, which probably involves this guy? Yeah, looks like this guy's part of it. No, wait. Because there shouldn't be a line on the right. Correct, there should not be a line there. Really are doing that the hard way. Doesn't leave many. I mean, this would like then pretty much have to be part of it. There aren't that many other options. This top line and that. Okay, so I need the left top angle and something sort of going down at an angle. Probably like this. Yeah, that's what that looks like. It's a butterfly wing laser turret. Yeah, it looks like that. Cool. I don't actually think that the game is going to tell me if I get one of these wrong until I do the last one. Oh, right. It's the hourglass dongle. It's like my favorite one. How do I do that again? It's like this and this. Yeah, it's like the best one. It's relatively straightforward. You do it in 2 moves. And then... oh, jeez. It's like a flag with a chair on it. I mean, it's definitely what that looks like. It's easier said than done. It's not really like a easy horizontal line construction, huh? Gonna have to piecemeal that sucker. Make a little triangle. Feel like... nope, that's not gonna be part of it. It's not gonna be this one. Which means... this guy? This feels promising. How do I make triangle? I need like the bottom right diamond side. Wait a minute. No, that is still wrong. Okay. Like this is part of it, I think. I'm treating this as though I can't undo them, but I've already demonstrated that you can, so I might as well just like actually do it piecemeal instead of trying to think of it all at once. Also probably better viewing. See my complaint earlier. Huh. Interesting. It doesn't add much, but I think it is mandatory to have both of those. So I need... like the little top angle and the big bottom edge. So I guess it can't be this. Also can't be this. So I guess it's, yeah, it would be this. Yeah, it's that. Because it's chair angled top down on the flag. I did it.
So, he led you into his library. I have to admit it is truly beautiful. Sadly, it is as fake as he is. Maythorn.
Oh, he has a name.
The archaeologist, the friend, the enemy, the savior, the wicked. It's all the same to me.
Oh, she got loud.
It's all just the facade of a broken man whose hunger for proving himself could never be satisfied.
Dang, calling me out. Oh, you're talking about that guy.
You see this too. Yes. I think you're ready.
It's kind of weird that she says that, because it's not as though, like, anything has recently, like, changed for us to think that. Can I have this? No, I guess we've decided we don't want the blue torch anymore. Which is, like, a mixed blessing, I would say. In the sense that... this one? This one. I kind of don't like carrying it around because I hate toggling my inventory and then suddenly having the blue light, but also the blue light is the only light source I've been able to, like, conjure at will for when the place gets super dark. Sorry, backstage? It's kind of hard to read this stuff, huh? It's probably like Kickstarter backers or something in here. Well, it says use, but I can't use. I called them fingers, but I've never seen them think. Oh, no, there they go. I mean, there's some more books and an anvil and just the edge of some books and obviously some pipes. It's weird to create an actual, like, deliberate backstage area in your fabricated whatever that it serves only your purpose. Alright, well, I guess nothing in that room matters, as far as I could tell, other than the door will probably open over there by solving the puzzle in here, maybe? Alright, some stuff, and a lever, and a speaker box, and... Man, we're sure doing some 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors stuff in here, with all these... like, sketches of him planning puzzles we've already done. I forget what they called that room. It's on, like, one of the later pads in the game. After the library, you go in there. I did a bad job of it when I was streaming. I still remember these things. Yeah. So, none of this is actually, like, new information, right? Like, this is sort of saying, like, this main picture is the sort of conveyance that gives us these little maze bits that combine to open the area we entered today. This is saying that, like, 5 batteries are required to, like, access the, like, beam thing in the gear tower. This is in some way relating the pipe puzzles that were accessed by, like, shooting the beam from the gear tower. How does that connect to these? I guess it's suggesting that, like, those, like, exposed bits above ground where we did all the pipe puzzles after doing the lenses are, like, a continuous shaft with the thing that had these puzzle bits. That doesn't feel like that's relevant in any way that I can immediately think of. So I just pulled a lever?
Although I wasn't able to fix the ancient gateway, I managed to build a less sophisticated one. I was not able to specify the target world of this new one-way portal, but I'm sure that it is capable of providing a safe journey. This
and the
is
7th
where
symbol is
I
the point
left
of
this
origin,
world,
Earth.
and I want you to follow me.
Oh, he left his car keys.
Before I grant you the opportunity to do so, you must do something that even I was not able to accomplish. I need you to open Quern. For everyone.
This world is out of time, out of balance. Even its very existence is a great risk. Its power is unnatural, unbearable. If you help him, more will come to use this power selfishly. Each of them will grow and destroy. He will unchain this destructive curse and let it rumble through worlds without any boundaries. This force, uncontained, will be the end of countless civilizations, just as it was the end of mine. You must destroy the gateway and seal Quernalok forever. No one else should
just
ever
turn it
find
off.
this place again. You must do this for all mankind.
Well, let me close it. So... I'm sort of confused about what either one of them, like, specifically intend me to do. Like, I don't have, like, dynamite to blow up the gate. What does he mean by, like, open it? Like, he made a gate to it. Is that not doing the thing? I assume that the keys I have will open either of these. I'm not, like, 100% sure if, like, opening one or the other is meant to indicate a choice. I would guess that going... Like, if I activated this, which I assume will extend a bridge, and then, like, going through the gate will be the thing that he wants, because there will be a way to access Quern. So, I guess I should do this. Okay, the key is sort of over there. Can I have it back? No. Game says yes. Interaction says no. I saved, like, before. I mean, I guess I could save... I don't know. Now that I've already, like, opened that door, it's probably not a... But, like, I saved, like, a minute ago. Like, I'd have to, like, listen to them talk again. But, like, I did, like, just save. He's been grading Scantrons in here? Alright, not a lot going on in this room. Okay, not exactly sure. I mean, that's the gate we started from. Oh yeah, there is like a weird lens there, that's right. It was conspicuous, but we weren't able to interact with it. That's fair. Okay. And this is what?
I prepared everything to be able to connect the ancient gateway of Quern to the world chain. I designed all the machinery and I programmed the whole procedure. The only thing I needed was calculations. Complex calculations I was not able to do myself.
The only thing I needed was the hard part.
I invented this machine to
Scantron.
think when the capabilities of the mind are no longer enough. The only task ahead of me was to wait. And that was exactly what I was incapable of doing. I knew that the calculations could take centuries to finish. I was tired. I couldn't resist the calling of the portal I built.
What a wimp.
I wanted to live again. I left my life's work behind.
Like, I feel like even if I was, like, on board with his philosophy up till now, like, this really rubs me the wrong way, in, like, a way that's kind of difficult to explain, but just sort of, like, he's like this pompous egomaniac, like, Bond villain sort of thing, being like, look how amazing I am, I've solved, like, all the technological problems of, like, the weird properties of Quern, and I, like, created all these puzzles, and I even, like, built a machine that would, like, do the thing I want it to do. Like, I built something to perform, like, a logical task that I couldn't complete. But I just, like, I was impatient, and I wanted to, like, go on spring break or whatever. Yeah. Tony Stark made one of these out of scraps in a cave! GG. Demolition. I will say, though, that I do really appreciate this idiocy. That, like, in order to indicate that it's done, he just built a... It's not like a digital screen. It's just like a glass screen with the letters calculation completed etched on it that will flash when it's done. But, like, I don't wanna. I feel like I don't wanna is the thing. Oh, I can't leave. So I guess I was meant to interpret this as choosing to help him because I didn't go straight for the gate, but she said she wanted to destroy the gate, so I felt like I needed to do something. I mean, we saved, it doesn't matter. It's just like one of those things where, like, I don't love anytime like a video game sort of like, this is an important choice, but then like doesn't make it clear what the implications of the choices it provides are, so that then like you can do something that isn't what you intended for the big choice. Like that sort of thing, don't love. I guess I'll flip the switch. World's most complex deck of magic cards.
I couldn't fulfill my destiny. I need you to finish what I started.
Now, just to be clear,
I need you to become what I could not become.
You very much could have done this and chose not to.
The one who leads all the worlds to a new era. The era of enlightenment.
That's a great point, Demolition. What if, like, this took me so long that I got hungry and ate the cards? Now, I know that's not strictly possible because the hunger doesn't exist in Quern because it's dislocated from time, but, like, you get my point. Guess I'm just gonna go through whatever motions they want here.
The time has come. The repair card will need a mineral sample to be able to reconstruct the missing elements of the ancient gateway.
Alright.
You must insert the green crystal.
Oh, but if I put in the red crystal...
This is our time.
Bring me the blue pages.
If you insert the red crystal, the ancient gateway should
This is a better place to say
down. This is the only way to contain this power. This is the only way to restore balance.
Add the green crystal sample.
I like that he waited for her to finish, even though...
Insert the red crystal.
Connect the gateway to the chain.
Destroy it.
They've both prepared the situation to be polite to each other, which is curious.
Time shall be given to those who are in need.
Seal Quernaluk.
Let all of the worlds know of Quern.
Wow, you could really go forever, huh?
Seal it for good.
Let this blessing help civilizations rise.
I want to have a chat.
Forever.
I do kind of need them to stop infinitely looping this. Are we good? Did we get there? Okay, I think we got there. I'm gonna save again without them continuing to loop. Great. So I like how this harkens back to Myst, and the original Myst has this conceit of choosing between two colors, and there's like a significance to them because they're sort of associated with two rivals, sort of. And you're meant to choose one color over the other. And like your experience listening to them make their case through the game sort of meant to guide you to like which person you trust or whatever. I like that it does that. I do not like the ambiguity of having to go into this and feeling like I've made the wrong choice to come this far. Like I feel like the simple thing I would do differently is I don't think she should show up until we reach this point or whatever. Like, this shouldn't be presented as the choice until, like, pretty much the very end. Like, it should just seem like we're still going through the motions of the puzzle. And then, we're just sort of like, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing puzzles. Puzzles is the game. I do puzzles. And then, like, you reach this point, and then you hit that recording, and he does his little spiel. And then, like, you temporarily don't have control or whatever. And then she floats in, and she's like, no, if you add Quernaluk to the world chain, then everyone will be like jerks forever. Boo jerks. Put in the red crystal. Bring me the red pages. And whatever. Like, the core idea here is totally fine. But, like, there's this weird, unnecessary tension of, like, he's like, the choice is now, and then the choice happens, like, 6 minutes later. But the whole time you're like, am I making the choice? Am I doing the choice right now? But, like, now that I actually understand, I'm fine. I'm gonna put in the green crystal first, because it's obviously the bad ending as far as I'm concerned, and I feel like, since it's relatively early in the stream, we should have time for both of them. I kind of figured we had more Quern left. I mean, I don't know what happens after this. But in fairness to me, I feel like I've been doing pretty good at puzzles today. So let's do the bad one first, making it clear that this, I don't think, is the good choice. I would not side with the guy. He sucks. Boo Quern. Sample minute. I love that you put something in there, and then there's an extra switch that's like, yeah, you sure? Input calculation. I already did that. Reticulate spleens. Dinotherms connected. I'll form the head. I have to say, it doesn't feel like that factoid about the white crystal having the power of all the crystals, like, mattered at all. Oh, I also had to, like, high-five it for good luck or something. The follower. She's gonna be big mad.
How could this be? What did I do wrong?
You didn't account for completionism or save states.
Done.
Nah, I don't really care. I'm just kidding. That dude sucks, but we have to do both.
You have unleashed it. You have freed this curse from its prison. Countless worlds will be destroyed, just like mine. All because of you. I hope you are prepared to live with this burden.
Yeah, I got save states. Don't worry about it.
You?
Okay, bye, Sharon, man.
I have failed. Once again. Now leave. And watch your civilization fall apart.
That actually sounds great. I'm the Joker. Oh, and she's... Wait for it. Gone. Oh, I see. Keys appeared. I thought I was, like, waiting for something to happen on the display or something. So... I mean, I guess we're not going back to the original doorway, which I thought we were doing for the entire game.
Congratulations. You have earned yourself a place amongst the greatest in history. You have gifted this great power to all. Many will come and learn. You gave them the opportunity to shine and make their worlds a better place. Thanks to our efforts, Quern will soon become a beacon of knowledge, the epicenter of wisdom and intellect. A new age dawns, the age of enlightenment.
Oh, we actually had to wait for his thing. Hey, help me out! What's the name of the guy from BioShock? I keep wanting to say Jerry Ryan, but that's an actress. That's not the guy.
Step into the portal.
That's who this guy is. Andrew Ryan? That doesn't sound right. Take your word for it, though. Kale says, the thing I don't understand is, if the glowing ball was so powerful, why couldn't she do anything? It is an interesting question. There's some implication that, like, she became powerful and then she became a ball. And you could argue that the ball form is sort of enlightenment that came from the disasters that followed her becoming powerful. So, like, from her presentation, it sounded to me like she and her friends came to Quern, they studied forever, they went back home, they had become super powerful and fought the shadows, and then, like, society fell apart because of their great power. And also because of the disagreements between people. And then she returned to Quern to, like... I don't remember specifically what she said. I don't think she was trying to, like, escape her world, but I think it was already too late for her to fix it, so I think she was focused on, like, history not repeating, which is why she wants us to, like, destroy it or whatever. So, like, it may be the case that, like, in her effort to make peace with what she did, she, like, found enlightenment, but, like, by nature of being, like, Ghost Rider from the TV show Ghost Rider, she doesn't have the same power she did as a person who returned to her world to fight shadows, maybe. Is a possibility. I don't know. I didn't write this game. Anyway, yeah, like, let's go high five Andrew Ryan. Is it stupid that, like, part of me wanted to see just, like, really obviously creepy dudes coming through that portal through the periscope to, like, drive the point home?
In person. It will be an honor.
Wub, wub, wub. And it just, like, ends there, right? We don't get anything else. Reddit's Creditos. So obviously we're gonna try the other ending. I feel like, and maybe we get like a mid-credits Marvel scene or something, but like, I feel like this is lacking a little something. Like, I don't expect to see like the fallout of all of humanity's ruin or whatever. But like, oh my god, there's a cello solo in the library. It gets a unique credit. What an incredible thing. But like, I feel like I need something just to... something like visible, something kind of tangible to demonstrate that this is a threat, that there is potential for disaster here. Like, conceptually I get it, but like the ending feels a little... this ending feels a little soft by nature of just like... You just have to like take their word for it that it's bad. And I can, and I understand that, like, I agree that it is the bad ending of sorts. Like, again, I don't think we necessarily did a great job of this really seeming like a neutral ending. Credits achieved. Yes, we just did the bad ending. And we're going through the credits to experience the good ending. Hello, letters. How are you doing today? Hey, wait, that person is credited as Wamdus Kasapa, the author of that fake book. This is a lot of... oh no, these are Kickstarter backers, right? That's what this is? This is like way too many credits for this game. This is like the amount of people who did like visual effects for like Third Unit in Pakistan in one Marvel movie. Working on reorganizing magic cards. Oh my god, I'm so far behind on that. It's like a big thing I need to do this year, and I'm not doing it. It stresses me out. I'm glad you're doing it, but I don't want to think about it. Textures.com? That's not even a credit, it's just textures.com. Just a heads up, textures.com exists. These are some weird credits. But like, yeah, I mean, like, conceptually I'm fine with this ending. I do feel like it needs just something a little visual, or just something to be like, oh no, look what you've done, other than her like literally just saying, oh no, look what you've done. Like, basically show don't tell. Like, this is fine, it's okay. I am curious if there's another ending. There is, spoiler for a game that I may or may not play on stream, there's an alternative to the obvious paths in Myst. I don't get the sense that Quern has that, but maybe it does. Sorting magic cards does never stop. Now, the problem I have is that sorting magic cards never started for me, so they've been a mess forever, and it's bad. A bunch of pre-release packs from over the year that you consolidated into 3 fat pack boxes. Breaking down the kits for recycling feels good. It does. I've been making a little bit of progress along those lines myself, and it does feel good when you get rid of those things.
The time has come.
Oh god, even if you save after the dialogue, then it replays it. I hate it.
To reconstruct the missing
oh no.
Of the ancient gateway.
It is impossible to save after the dialogue.
This is our time.
Oh, I hate this.
If you insert the red crystal,
this is unskippable, and even if you save after the talking is done, it flags the talking to happen again. Boo!
This is the only way to restore balance.
Add the green crystal sample.
That's to make sure you remember or something. But I chose where the save was.
Connect the gateway to the chain.
Destroy it.
Oh, now I can do the thing.
Do it.
Do it.
Time shall be given to
I'm
those...
just gonna send it. Whee! So before we sent the green crystal in so that it could extrapolate the green crystal to generate enough teleportation power to reopen the gate to send people to Quern. Now we're sending in the fire crystal of destruction, which will bust up his whole inference.
You have made the right choice. You came to know him enough to see that he is wrong.
What's great is, in theory, we should get the same recording from him congratulating us for doing what he wanted.
You did what I could not do.
Because I lack opposable
the curse
thumbs.
of this world forever. You have restored balance. Your actions prove to me that not everyone who tastes the power of Quernaluk becomes obsessed with it.
Now the problem is that I will live here forever without aging until I die of insanity or something.
All thanks to you. You must get going now.
Don't really want to talk to you anymore. It does feel like there might have been an easier way to just blow up that actual gateway, to be honest with you. Like, it feels like maybe it wasn't necessary for us to get all the way down here to, like, exploit his own machine to do that. Maybe we could just find another way to break that.
Congratulations.
See,
You
I
have
appreciate
earned
this.
yourself a place amongst the greatest in
Also, it makes me appreciate doing the bad ending first.
The great me will come. You gave them the opportunity.
Remix!
Thanks to our efforts, for Quern will soon become the beacon of knowledge, the epicenter, wisdom, and intellect, and a new age dawns.
I wonder how far it will have me go. Oh, I guess I should be going to the portal to leave? Oh, that's right. That portal's still open. It's just exit only. So I don't have to live here agelessly forever. But I do kind of need to go pick up that key from upstairs, huh? Oh no, I just have it for some reason. Don't worry about it. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye, Sharon Man.
I wish you luck to find your way home. Goodbye, my friend.
I'll never see you again because I've trapped you in this dimension alone forever. Bye! Return to the past now. I mean, it's kind of the same problem there. Like, again, conceptually, I think it's fine. Either way, you just choose to, you know, open the doors to Quern and let all the supervillains have infinite time, or you choose to blow it up, or whatever. But, like, it just... I feel like both of them just needed, like, a little more punch to them. Can't Sparky come through the portal, too? That's a really good question, actually. Just because she has ascended to being an energy being, I can't think of a reason why she couldn't still use the gate system. Now, granted, it's only sort of vaguely alluded to in the lore writings of this world, and none of that lore writing really actually seems to matter for the story or for the mechanics of the game, other than to understand the concept of the world chain and that Quern had been disrupted from it, and one person wanted that to be permanent and one person didn't. But, like, I don't know exactly how I would change this to, like, have the ending just... I feel like it needs, like, a visual component to drive it home. It just feels like a little subdued without that. Without some, like, actual sense of impending success or failure. It's interesting to me that I feel like the puzzles at the very end of the game were much more like puzzles I would expect to be in the middle of the game, of like challenging but very reasonable. And I don't know. Again, I think part of my personal problem with this game is the format of trying to play continuous sessions of like 4 hours of Quern, because a lot of the puzzles in Quern are so difficult that like I feel kind of spent after doing a couple of them, but like I don't want to end my streams like early and then I end up going too long and being mad about it. But like I do genuinely feel like this game has some issues in like its presentation, and I mean largely in its presentation, just in various ways of like, I mean I talked a good amount about this last week. I feel like Quern is a solid game that definitely could have used a pass of just some like user experience polishing, but like there's still some like philosophical issues I have with the way that they're fine with like doubling down on puzzles without like providing any like sense of advancement or reward to the player. But like a big part of it is simply like there's a lot of things in Quern that like a small bit of information to the player make a puzzle like considerably less frustrating. Everything from like sometimes a thing is just like hidden for no reason to just like I don't know, there's like all sorts of little things. Puzzles within puzzles within puzzles. There's sort of like there's definitely like a recursive nature to some of the puzzles in Quern. It tapered off a little bit by the end of the game, but like there's a lot in Quern of like do a pretty tough puzzle and then like instead of like moving on and like revisiting the concept of that puzzle later, which is something that like a lot of puzzle games will do, is sort of like teach you a couple different puzzle systems, and then like the end game is sort of like either advance the difficulty of what you already did or intermingle it with other puzzle concepts that you learn from other puzzles. Like instead what it would do is be like, you completed the puzzle, your reward is the hard version of the puzzle right now and you can't do anything else because the game is linear. And like as someone who does puzzle games, like that is probably fine for some people, but definitely frustrating at many points for me. Confirmed only 2 endings. I did mean to ask that, if someone could confirm that. I mean, I will say that the story doesn't really present an opportunity for a third ending, but like part of me was still curious just by nature of the fact that both of those endings were sort of, they kind of happen. Nico asks, how did the story end? Did everyone get to Quern? Sorry, she asked, did everyone get Quern, the meat substitute that may or may not only be in Europe? I don't know. You get 2 choices. You can either destroy Quern for the good of all person kind, or you can give Quern to everyone. So clearly give Quern to everyone is the bad ending, as we know. And like literally the choices by the end of the game, you only have 2 inventory items. The teleport crystal, which you can basically add to a device that he made to like fix the portal so that Quern can be obtained again, or the fire crystal that it will sample incorrectly and blow up the gateway so that no one can ever reach Quern no matter what. Guess the third ending is to not end the game and stay immortal yourself. Yeah, I guess that's technically true. I don't exactly know how you would choose that, but like my reservation about making that into a proper ending is kind of the same reservation I have about the game's 2 proper endings of like, how do you visually make it clear that you've made the choice to like just hang out here and like be immortal or whatever. But like it's just kind of the same problem with the others, is like we don't really see Quern be destroyed. We don't really see any aftermath of making Quern accessible again. It's kind of weird. Fourth ending is to use knife on self. It solves a lot of adventure game puzzles for sure. I mean, I figured we had more Quern left, probably mainly by nature of the fact that I'm extremely bad at the game Quern. I mean, we beat it, but we definitely had some walkthrough nudges via moderator demolition along the way. Mass Effect 3 had cutscenes after you made the final choice. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, I don't think I'm asking for something major, just like some little visual thing. Like, even if it was just like a pretty cheapo cutscene of like, if you make the choice to open up Quern, just like some narration from Sharon Man being like, and thus like more people like what's his face came to Quern, and as I had feared, they abused the power of Quern, bringing despair to the world chain, and you just have like a really crappy silhouette of fire and like some like megalomaniac figure like standing above it being like, I have mastered Quern. And then like the other way it could be like, and thus like his what's his face's dreams were dashed, and I remained the guardian of Quern, knowing, like, resting secure in the knowledge that none can ever harness this power for evil. I mean, like, I think part of the problem I have with the ending too, and it's not a bad ending, it just feels like it's lacking a little bit. I want to be clear about this because like I do complain about story stuff, and I genuinely like the story of Quern a lot. It's one of the things that pushed me through that last phase of like, I really was not a big fan of that puzzle we did at the end of last week's stream, but like I really liked the little background we got about the Guardian character, the glowy ghost voiced by Sharon Man. And so like I like that's sort of the bulk of like there's really only like three major maybe four elements to Quern. Is like his story. I came here, I learned that this place was out of time, I used my curiosity as a scientist to like learn how to harness some unusual power here. I need your help, and it's not clear what that is for a really long time. Then there's sort of like the concept of the world chain, which is sort of like, it is known that the various dimensions of Quern, the fictional world in which Quern exists, are linked through what is called the world chain. The world chain is this conceit that, vaguely similar to linking books and Myst, it is known that there are many worlds. There is like a finite, fixed, constructed method by which the worlds are linked. You can't just choose a world to go to, which is what makes it a world chain. It's like the blockchain, except it sucks slightly less. And so like that's important because it explains why Quern is disconnected and why it's important that you choose whether to reconnect it or not. And then there's her backstory where like she came to Quern seeking power. She obtained power by spending time here, and it's not really clear what she did here, but she became strong enough that she and her companions were able to go back to their homeworld, which was in jeopardy from some invaders. They defeated the invaders, but then they became revered as gods. And then when the trio of heroes, had disagreements among themselves, they basically created a sort of holy war and tore their people apart through the very power that they used to save them. You know, so like that at large is sort of the story. I think it's a good story, but like I do feel like I just feel like the sort of intangibility of the immediate consequences of your choice sort of soften the ending a bit. But like the idea, I think, to either save or destroy Quern is fine. The journey of like he wants you to understand what he did and go through the puzzles, I think, is a pretty good conceit for having you go through a seemingly pointless gauntlet of puzzles to like explain why you're doing the game. There's a lot of good things to say about Quern. I do think the puzzles are difficult in a way that is a selling point for some, but like I think the presentation makes it, for me, problematic. Like I think like a real pass to like polish the presentation up to make it clear in most cases that you have or don't have the elements of puzzles that you're looking at, to make it clear what all you need to interact with at a single puzzle, and just like generally conceptually to have it so like when you do a puzzle something good happens. Like these are some like pretty core things that if we just like implemented them consistently throughout the game, I think this would go from, I don't know. I think I'd give this something like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. It's being a little harsh, but like I think that the shortcomings of the game really do make it a considerably more frustrating experience for me personally than it should be. But like I think the ideas and the core of Quern are actually quite good. For all the crap I've given the game, I really do think there's a lot of good here. I feel like there's definitely room for improvement. And again, I know that my score is a little harsh because I had kind of a bad time with it variously throughout. But like, I think that if we polish this game up and like made it a little bit clearer, some of these like murky things that like can hang a player up, especially the things that like aren't puzzles. Like you shouldn't be able to get stuck in a linear narrative game at things that aren't puzzles. Like that should essentially not be possible. And yet in this game, it happened to me like 5 times. And like that definitely colors my impression of the game as well. Like, I just don't understand how you could justify like getting stuck at not puzzles in puzzle game. Getting stuck at a puzzle, totally defensible. Like, it may be the game's fault for that puzzle being like needlessly obtuse or difficult. But like, either way, I can at least understand the defense of like, it's fine that you can be stuck here. Being stuck at a puzzle in a puzzle game is kind of the point to a limited extent. But the fact that there were like various points where like I had solved the puzzle and then they're like, great, now advance, without like really telling me what that means. And then me spending like upwards of like an hour trying to figure out the next step that the game just assumed I would know without like telling me and without context. Like that was very frustrating. And I think in a way that like burned some of my personal goodwill going into some of the more difficult puzzles, because it's like I already feel fried from trying to like understand what weird logical leap you wanted me to take, and now you want me to do like a 9.6 out of 10 difficulty puzzle and act like it's nothing. Like for me, that just was a continued frustrating experience. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Like chat's were talking about this, like without like really giving us a sense of like immediate success or failure, you know, it's you as a player, you're kind of led to assume what's going to happen, but like without like a demonstrable consequence to your choices, it could be the case that you open up Quern to everyone and then like everyone's actually super chill about it, and we reach like a post-scarcity multiverse using the power of infinite time from Quern or something. It's unlikely, granted, but like again, we just don't know. Like Letter says, just like no proof provided. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that I played Quern. I want to be clear about that too. Like, I think Quern has problems. I think Quern is a game that is... There are games that I struggle with or don't like that I'm like, don't ever play this. Like, don't play Raincode. That game's like 900 hours long and it sucks. And the more you play it, the worse it gets. Don't play Raincode. Quern is a frustrating game that has flaws that I genuinely think is worth playing if you like puzzle games. But I would, if I was recommending it specifically to someone, I'd be like, listen, Quern is an interesting game. It's visually very cool. The story is fun. It's not super deep, but it's fun. It is a specifically difficult puzzle game in a way that I've rarely seen before. So, like, don't feel any shame consulting a walkthrough somewhat liberally. I feel like it's more important to complete Quern than it is to overcome its puzzles, because some of the puzzles are sloppy. But, like, it's Quern. It's Quern. He says after like 100 hours, finish Fallout New Vegas again. To be honest, never played through any of the 3D Fallout games. I played a decent amount of like Fallout 2 with my brother back in the day. I enjoyed that. I don't think that game has a lot of the charm that I think some of the newer ones do. I'm just not big into shooters, and I don't know, there are like various reasons I didn't end up playing it. It's not that I assume it's bad or even that I don't think I'd like it. At this point, I just don't have the time. but I'm glad you enjoyed the experience. I hope you enjoyed it more than my experience with Quern, which isn't to say that I regret Quern, because again, I'm glad that I played Quern, but it was like a mixed bag, because there was some real garbage here on Quern Island, in the land of Quern, under the supervision of Dr. Quern. She definitely like name dropped him at the end, and I honestly don't think he introduced himself at the beginning. I could be wrong. I literally don't think his name is mentioned until like the second to last scene, where she's like, Dr. like Morius, definitely not Morbius, like knew what he was doing and like risked the ruin of the world chain, or something along those lines. It was like, I'm sorry, who? You mean the guy who wrote these letters? He never once signed his name. He wrote some Latin so that I could solve a puzzle later. Honestly, that last puzzle in the, I guess it's the library, that was pretty cool. This is a perfect encapsulation of the Quern experience, though. I think that if I played that puzzle at the end of a 4-hour stream, I would have a horrible time with it. Because my brain would be so fried that I think I would struggle more to figure out what the first number in that number notation system is. And without that, the puzzle's like completely unsolvable. And then, like, after struggling to go through that, trying to like mentally do the shapes on the diamond board would also be a real struggle. So, like, to credit the game, I think it's entirely possible some of the puzzles I ended up disliking would have been more enjoyable if played under more controlled circumstances. So some of that is on me, but I do truly, sincerely believe that like there are some like presentation issues with Quern that just like are like objective faults that like could have been addressed to improve the overall Quern experience. But I mean, I think that's a wrap on Quern. I mean, there's 2 endings. We saw them both. They're both alike in dignity. We're gonna figure out some kind of filler, I guess, for the live stream. I don't know what that's gonna be. But I'm gonna wrap up this YouTube recording in a minute. Before I can do that, though, somewhere on the couch behind me, I've hidden some number of Squirtles. If you're able to locate a Squirtle, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. So I'll allow you a moment to consider where a Squirtle may be hiding, while I enjoy some of this still bountiful tall glass of 100% juice apple. Didn't really account for a partial stream today. Didn't really make a plan for that. Worth noting that the Quern audio has cut out for me again. I hate this cable and everything it represents. Oh, it sure spiked in temperature in here. More than I would have guessed. 82 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you playing at home. Let's see. Wow, I really didn't tuck her tag away. I'm usually pretty good about getting the Squishmallow tags, like, not super visible. You can also see the tag on Teddy Ursa. Batting 1,000. Hand Sonic. Wow, I really goofed it today. So weird. So weird. Alright, I got some good guesses. I think people kind of just want to see the new Pokemon that I got from the weird candy shop that has the giant Squirtle in it. It's like a $100 Squirtle. It's a very big Squirtle. Biggest Squirtle I ever saw. Texas has been brutal. It was 101 yesterday. Ugh. And probably humid. Ugh. Whoa. Let's see. Did I put over here? Let's find out. This is Kaylee Crab. This is her summer form with a beautiful, like, starfish hair accessory or something. She's very good. There's a little rabbity guy. Also a Squishmallow. Everything's, like, super washed in the Quern home screen coloration. Don't worry about it. Coffee! I wanted to show this off. I put this up last week too. I didn't get any comments on it, and I didn't really expect anyone to. I just noticed that if I put this donut that came with Donut Cat on this little Brontosaurus that I got like a while ago, it kind of looks like a Meganium from Pokemon. I thought that was neat. It's not like a big deal or anything, but no one commented on it, so I figured I'd just like point out what I was doing, because otherwise I'll just leave it up there forever, hoping someone finally notices it. Speaking of Donut Cat, that's what was hiding behind Coffin. For those maybe not as well versed with Donut Cat. Donut Cat lives in the donut normally, but sometimes we play around with it. And in case anyone wasn't here yesterday when Coughing made his debut. Coughing! I love this guy. And I had a guess that there could be a Squirtle behind this new Sandshrew. Also very good. Love this guy. And there is. There's a Squirtle there. I also love Big Coughing. But I also like little guy Sandshrew. His eyes are so good. They did such a good job with the eyes. They like really captured. Like Sandshrew has super cute eyes, which is like my favorite thing about him. Like he's just sort of like a little mouse fellow. He's nice. I mean, he's like kind of an armadillo. The ice version from Alola makes him look more like an armadillo. But he's kind of just like a little mousy guy. But he just always has like super cute eyes, and the fact that they like really captured it on this guy, I really like him too. But like, yeah, I just love this Coughing. This is the best Coughing toy I've ever seen. It just like perfectly encapsulates like his goofy happy expression and his like weird natural skull and crossbones are like my favorite things about him, and they're both like perfect, just perfect. So like that's why my mom got me the Sandshrew last week, but like they have a really good selection of Pokemon there, and like the Coughing was just calling to me, so I like literally just went back in the middle of the week and just bought Coughing. I know, right, Neko? Like Sandshrew doesn't get a lot of love, but like Sandshrew was always one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Ironically, I don't think I actually played very much with him in Pokemon Blue, because at the time I'd been like really obsessed with trying to get like type coverage, which in Gen 1 is preposterous. And like I had like kind of like typical JRPG like choice paralysis in like trying to use TMs. So like I didn't want to use my like one dig TM without like knowing all the Pokemon in the game. But like Gen 1 is super weird in that like most Pokemon like kind of learn like one or two moves on type and then like just only normal moves. Like there's a ton of normal moves in that game. So like I definitely trained him for a little while, and like he never actually learns a ground type move by leveling up. So after a while I was like, he's not kind of doing what I need him to do. So I think I ended up switching out for something else. But like I'm so happy. I'm so happy with the Sandshrew. I was like, they never have Sandshrews, and they did such a good job with the eyes. And then just like looked over at the Coughing too. I was like, oh, that's really good. I love this. This store is really great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna go get more Pokemon. Like they specifically have a lot of good like Gen 1 Pokemon. They have like they have like both versions of Vulpix there. They have like a Winking Mew. It's pretty cute. There's a couple other ones. They only have the big gigantic Squirtle. They don't have a Squirtle from the same line that these guys came from, which is kind of funny to me. Do they have Oddish? I don't think they actually do have Oddish. They have like a lot of like Gen 1 Pokemon of this style, and then like a lot of like more recent like legendary Pokemon of like a newer plush style. Interestingly, it's weird. Yeah, that's probably true. There's like 2 bug moves or something in Gen 1, Neko. So like, yeah, like Beedrill gets like Twin Needle, and like Like Butterfree, for example, never gets a bug move. Like Pinsir and Scyther never get bug moves. It's so strange. It's so philosophically weird. Like, I really like Pokemon Gen 1, like, a lot. Like, I was playing them in my free time not, like, super, super long ago. And, like, to me, those games hold up. Like, those games are, like, kind of their time. Like, the hard limit on inventory management is, like, ridiculously, like, it's so bad. But other than that, and, like, a few other, like, quality of life gripes, like, I really think the game holds up well. But I do think it's super weird that they were like, yeah, the main thing about Pokemon is like this type system, and you want to have like advantage over your opponent, so you get like 6 Pokemon, you want their types to vary, and then you want to use varied types of moves yourself. But like, no one like learns any typed moves. It's super weird. This is very, very weird. Isn't Leech Life also a bug move that just, like, sucks terribly? Maybe in Gen 1 it's not. Because there are a few moves like that like Gust is, like, a normal move in Gen 1 that becomes flying later, which makes no sense. There's, like, 3 flying moves, and, like, 2 of them are learned exclusively by, like, specific Pokemon or something like that. It's really odd. There's, like, conceptually a lot weird going on with Generation 1 of Pokemon. But it brought us great friends like Squirtle, Coughing, and Sandshrew, who are all favorite. Let's wrap up the YouTube recording and then maybe figure out what we're doing. I don't know what that looks like. I don't think it's going to be Harold Halibut, simply because, I don't know, people might be counting on it to happen some other time. At least this answers the question of, like, if we have a stream next Saturday, it's not Quern. It'll be Harold Halibut, probably. Anyway, congrats for finding a Squirtle. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves, and remember that you are clawsome.